Hey there, Start here. Before I get started on Clash of Wills, I wanted to go ahead and just show you an easy way to clear out the Formidable Engels EXT battle. This one is unique because usually you can't bring friend units on these, and since you can bring a friend unit, it makes this one very easy. You just look for your best 2B or A2 friend and bring them along and just slaughter this thing. So the missions are party of 5 or less, so you just bring your own party of 4 and pick your strongest A2 or 2B friend for this one. I'm going to be using a 2B friend. Clear without being KO'd, that's too easy. Clear within 5 turns. We're going to do a 3-turn clear. You could potentially do a first turn clear if you have your own 2B and a friend 2B, or 2 A2s, as long as they're EX2, so they have their LBs up on turn 1. You could potentially really easily just crush this thing on turn 1 with a couple of near units. But I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have any near units, and you're just bringing a friend along. And so I'm going to bring my budget units in here to clear this fight out. All right. So I'm going to bring a friend on my list here, Ignis. He's got a nice EX2 2B up and ready to go. And so I'm gonna just bring him on and we're gonna crush this thing. So here's my team. I'm bringing my EX0 Esther because she's my girl. I've got my budget build Golbez as well because, I mean, who doesn't love Golbez? Runda's there to tank all the damage. And then Sylvie, of course, because gotta have Sylvie, and that's my 7-star Sylvie. She's just there for the light imbue for the rest of the team, because we're gonna go light element since 2B, A2 as well, since they both like to use light element. They've got that big 150% light amp, so that's what we're going for. So let me show you the gear. It's all very budget friendly. Here's Esther, just her STMR. You don't even need that, honestly. I mean, 2B is going to carry the fight, so if you don't have her STMR, don't worry about it. Otherwise, just some budget gear there. Indestructible light for chain cap up. Just make sure she's topped up on her machine killers. Nice budget card, so she should be good to go. Yep. 400 TDH, 300 machine killer, 300 LB damage. Ready to go. Runda, standard budget tank build here, so all this gear very easily accessible for anybody, as long as you do the season 4 story to get Runda and the gear that goes with him. So yeah, very accessible using a nice budget vision card. This is a generic card you get for pulling any Neovision unit. It's got some HP and some defense on it, so very nice for Runda on a budget. Golbez here, this is my budget build. So if you've been watching my budget-friendly tour of destruction, you'll recognize the gear on this build. This is my budget Golbez, my EX1 budget Golbez here. Indestructible light, miracle magic, and then just some machine killers in the other slots with Oliveira's vision card. So he is at 275 machine. That's more than enough. Like I said, the friend unit's going to carry this thing big time. And then Sylvie's just wearing her basket. That's all she needs. All right. My friend 2B here is very buff, wearing her STMR, of course. If you have the Dark Visions Katana, it does do slightly better on 2B. It gives her more overall attack, but her STMR is still very good on her, so that's fine. And then yeah, just we've got some rulers gear here for the static stats. Tyvus's Spirit does work on 2B, but if you're using the light amp, you cannot use both the light amp and Tyvus's Spirit, so you kind of have to choose one or the other. So if you're going light element, you definitely want to do the 150% light amp, but if you're going any other element, definitely put Tyvus's Spirit on her for that LB buff, because she double dips on that, so she gets a 60 times total mod boost. C's got A2's TMR on there for the static attack. That's nice. And then yeah, just filling up attack and LB damage. He's using the premium Titus's vision card for the chain cap up. So if you're wondering where the chain cap boost is, that's where it is. And let's see, yep, 300 machine, 400 double hand, 300 LB damage, ready to go. So we're gonna slaughter this thing. We're gonna Yorha slaughter this thing in just a minute. And so what I'm gonna show you is I'm gonna show you sort of the proper rotation for maximizing 2B's limit burst here. So we're going to Brave Shift on turn 1 to do her Brave Shift LB. That adds a mod boost. And then we're going to buff on turn 2, and then we're going to kill on turn 3. All right, but honestly, that's probably not necessary. I'm just doing it more as like a, to show you how to properly set up her her strongest move. All right, so let's get in here and see how we do it. All right, so Engels is, he's very tame. He's not going to do any kind of appreciable damage to the team, especially if you have Runda. Runda just does his LB. Golbez is going to be our breaker here, so we're going to come down, do Jet Black Curse for the defense and spirit breaks, give your powers to Meteor, and Curse for the attack and mag breaks. Sylvie is going to do Spring Cleaning because it will paralyze your team if anyone on your team is not paralyzed immune, and I'm not sure that my friend unit was. I forgot to check, so I do that just in case. Then we'll do we're going to do our Light Imbue Glitter Egg for the Light Imbue for the team, and then Marion Watch Over Me for buffs. Also does Stop Resist. I'm not sure if Engels does Stop, but we do that just in case. Esther's just going to do Energizing Bunny and then double Bolting Slice. You don't want to use Calm Before the Storm yet, because we're going to do our LBs on turn 3. Okay, so we're going to Brave Shift here. All right, assuming your friend 2B is EX2 so that she has her LB up on turn 1, you're going to do her LB here. So her LB, Brave Shift LB, it's pretty strong in its own right, but the big thing is it does this 85 times modifier boost to her normal form LB, and her normal form LB is 2 parts, so it actually double dips, so that's actually a 170 times total modifier boost to her normal form limit burst, so it's going to make it very, very strong. All right, so let's just go ahead and do these real quick. So Esther did Energizing Bunny for the Machine Killer buff. All right, so Golbez, if you have Magic Boost Plus on your Golbez, this is where you would use it. I don't have it, so I'm just going to do another Giving Your Powers to Meteor. Runda's just going to guard. Esther's going to do her Magnus to set up for next turn. 2B is now going to shift back to normal and do True Charge Volt. That does the 140% Light Imperil. And then Supreme Support Weapon does the 150% Light Amplify. If it'll show it to you. Why won't you show it to me? There it is. So this says the 150% Light Amp to herself only, but it only lasts for 2 turns, which is why you can't do both the Light Amp and Tyvus's Spirit. So we're going light on this one, so we're going to amp her up. And then Pod Charge there at the end for the 3rd action. Okay. Sylvie is just going to do, honestly, the only thing I'm going to have her do is just do All Eggs in One Basket on Golbez for the slightly higher Light Amp on him. Okay, and that's all we really need to do here. All right, some more attacks that Runda essentially nullifies with all that mitigation. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and kill on this turn. This is very simple. Golbez does Meteor, Esther does her LB, and 2B does her LB. So of course you start Golbez first. You're then going to tap Esther first, followed by 2B, because you want 2B to take advantage of Esther's LB field. So by tapping Esther first, 2B will get to take advantage of that LB field to deal extra damage with her limit burst. All right, so we'll start with Golbez. Yeah, it was dead before the last hit. I mean, the last hit definitely was going to kill it, but it was dead before she even got her last hit in. There you go, 9 bill. All right, and yeah, there's your all missions clear. Like I said, just find a strong friend, let them carry you to victory. You probably don't even need Golbez. I just, let's see what the damage. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Holy crap, Golbez didn't even do anything on that. So yeah, Golbez was literally just there for the breaks. So if you don't have Golbez, you could have easily put in like Avalanche Jesse, put in like even a stronger breaker, throw in like Cacteria with like the 89% defense break, or if you have a 90% defense breaker, throw that in there. Yeah. Esther was really just there for the machine killers. You could easily swap out Esther for someone like Ling, who does 150% machine killer. And yeah, Sylvie just there for the light imbue, but there for the lulls. Clearly the near units are carrying the load here, so find your strongest A2 or 2B friend, bring them along and cruise to victory. All right, so I hope this was helpful to you guys. Stay tuned. I'm going to start working on Clash of Wills now, and I will get those clears posted to you later on today. All right, I will see you on the other side.